Welcome to Queers and Soaps. This is Eric, joined with Derek, bringing you some more General Hospital 1993. We're calling it the Brenda Years, but this week we're going to call it the Monica Years. Well, she's been on for many years. Tommy, roll the credits and we'll chat. All right, so coming soon to our Patreon, I must promote now. We're going to start Janet from Another Planet. Janet tosses Natalie in the well. It's gonna be. I don't know how often we're gonna have it on, but it's gonna be exclusively on our Patreon. So subscribe now. Um, and terrible news in the General Hospital community this week. We lost Leslie Charlson, the great Dr. Monica Quartermain. She's been on from 1977 to 2023. I think they still kept her as like a current cast member because they always want her back
Yes.
whenever she's available or if she was able to be there. At 79 years old, I didn't look up the reason. I don't know if we know a reason quite yet.
They just had
I know she's.
issues. That's all that they
Hmm?
said. Health issues. That's all they said.
Yeah, and she's had those for the past like what 8 years. I feel like. So I don't know what ultimately got her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So she was on General Hospital for 46 years. She also did episodes of General Hospital spinoff, Night Shift and Port Charles. She did a TV movie called Woman on the Ledge. I don't know if you've seen that. Did you see that? It was a good movie. It's probably on Lifetime, or not Lifetime. It's probably on YouTube, but I'm not sure. I'll look it up. But it has Colleen Zink from As the World Turns, Young and the Restless, and it has Deidre Hall as well. Deidre Hall is the one with the issue, and she is the woman on the ledge.
Oh.
And Colleen Zink and Leslie Charlson play her friends that kind of like try to help her off the ledge, basically. It's a really good movie. Um, she was also her soap history, even though she was on this for so long, she still has quite a soap history. She was on a soap called A Flame in the Wind in 1966, which I don't think there's any episodes of. I tried to look before.
Yeah.
Um, she was on um, Love is a Many Splendored Thing as Iris, sister to Donna Mills' character, who played Laura on there. I don't know if there's any episodes of that either. I did look for that too, but I didn't see anything. She also did a ton of different series: Rockford Files, The Rookies, Adam 12, Emergency, Ironside, Marcus Welby, just to name a few. Did you watch Dharma and Greg?
Once or twice.
There's one that they make fun of. Well, they make fun of, but or pay tribute to. We'll say this the soap operas. It's called Dharma Does Dallas.
Okay.
But it has Julie Pinson in it from Port Charles and Days of Our Lives and As the World Turns. Morgan Fairchild's in it, Matthew Ashford. Um, and she guest stars in that one, and it's pretty funny. It's a good episode to watch. And that's on Hulu,
Okay.
I believe. But it's a really good one. And of course, the cast members, Mitchell Ryan and Susan Sullivan, who were on Dark Shadows together. But yeah, that's all I got on the great Leslie Charlson. What a heck of a career. We will love and miss you forever. Unfortunately, she was only in one episode out of these bunch of episodes that we watched.
Yeah.
So we'll cover her this week first, and I mean, she's only on for like a dinner with AJ and Jason and Alan. Um, so AJ and Jason are talking. He says if Nikki comes back, he would take her back. Jason's like, I wouldn't take Karen back. Like, no. And plus, it's like fresh wounds for Jason. I mean, AJ had what 6 months to deal with this.
Yes.
Jason still wants to beat Jagger up, which I still don't think that's fair to Jagger. It's not his fault.
Right. Karen should. It's not his fault. It's Karen's fault. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't help who you like or fall in love with or whatever it is. Crushing on. I don't know. They're teen angsty, so. Monica and Alan talk. She's still mad at Alan. He's like, "Well, what do you want from me?" He's like, I'll tell everything to AJ if you want. Like, I don't know what you want. I don't think Monica knows what she wants. She's just mad and she doesn't know how to handle it, I guess. She
Mhm.
probably wants to forgive Alan, but their past is crazy, so I think she's just used to being mad at Alan. Um, AJ tells the family that, it's all his fault and he takes like full responsibility and he wants to change and all this stuff. So
Mhm.
hopefully he does. Um, and a part of that later is Rhonda runs into Alan, um, like at the bar, I guess, or the restaurant, wherever they were.
Mhm.
What was the restaurant? Is that like a known place, do you know? Or is it
Uh,
just like a random?
it wasn't the Outback, was it?
It might have been.
It could have been the Outback, yeah.
They don't have that anymore, right?
No, it burned down.
Um,
Yeah.
along does everything burn down? Is that the one that burned
Actually,
down more recent?
no, they have Outback's been gone a long time.
Oh, okay. What was the one that? Oh, maybe it was something on the pier, like the bar or something that Remember somebody blew it up. I forget what it was, just like a couple years ago.
Oops. Or it was the one where Morgan blew up in, or the one Cyrus blew up with Lulu. And
Yes,
okay, yeah. Was that the floating rib? Maybe.
yes, I think it was.
Yeah,
They blew up all the restaurants. Is it like they just need new sets or something?
yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for that. So I'm wondering if Alan's gonna have an affair with Rhonda. You would know, but I'm
Well,
thinking it's
I
heading
think
that way.
that like I think he helps her out of a few jams. I'll say that. I don't know. I don't remember if they ever get romantic or not.
Hmm. Well, I know she is just hanging around because she's like lurking with these quartermains. She wants Karen with Jason,
Well,
and
I
she
mean,
she
I'm
just
sure she wouldn't mind breaking up Alan's marriage, so I'm sure she wants that quartermain money.
hmm I think so. All right, so since we're calling this the Brenda years, we will get into Brenda's storyline, which is actually really good this week.
It was so was the most best one of the week of the
It was. It's a shame because Julia so iffy with her character. Like I like her. I like the actress. I think she's really good.
yeah.
Um,
And she's an acting teacher now in Atlanta. I looked her up, so I was like, I like
she's what?
an acting teacher now in Atlanta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, she's good.
Yeah.
I think Margaret Ladd from Falcon Crest is an acting teacher too, and she's great.
hmm
Um, anyway, Brenda and Robin are on. Julia's trying to hunt her down. Of course, Brenda's always running away from the situation. I think she's staying with Robin
hmm
this week. Doesn't she still have her own hotel room?
Not probably
Or
not.
did they?
Well, I mean, she was only staying there because Julia was paying for it. So maybe there was like a little.
Julia's got money.
Yeah.
Julia goes to Ruby, is looking for Brenda. She finds Brenda. I forget where she finds her, but she goes off on her about Jenny.
hmm
Um, I think she does. She go to Robin's house. I
That was
forget.
later. Yeah, she does.
Um,
First, she leaves a message
Brent.
on the voicemail answering machine. It was back then at
Yeah,
Robin's house, and they ask where Brenda is, and they ignore it, and they keep talking.
yeah. Um, Brenda, of course, gets mad at her, and she rolls out. Um, then I guess they get back later. Brenda wants her money
Mhm.
that her dad left her. She's tired of everything. She's tired of waiting for money and all of this crap. Julia says, "You don't have no money. You have no inheritance. Daddy didn't include you in his will."
So she
And
like,
then she was,
oops.
oh, she's tired of Brenda's crap.
Yeah.
So she was saying the whole time that she was controlling her money when Brenda really had no money,
Mhm.
um, which was really shitty of the dad to do. But I'm guessing we don't find out more about this dad, right?
Harlan is dead. He died in '91. He was part of the cartel that was Faison and him and somebody else. Yeah,
Oh, was he? He was on the show.
he was. Yeah, but
That's interesting.
mhm.
Julia tells Brenda the truth that he cut her out of the will because she was a reminder of her mom who made a lot of horrible mistakes. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's not like a great reason. I'm like, it's still your child. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what
weird.
thinking. Yeah. She's like, well, what about the painting? She's like, yeah, the painting's not yours either. So Brenda gets mad and rolls out. Ned comes along. Julia fills Ned in on the Brenda shit, tells him about the tape, and he like laughs.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't
was
get
like, he doesn't. And he's like, oh, I should thank Brenda. I'm like, what? I
it.
thought this was going to be like a big reveal. And I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
Later on, Jagger goes to the gym. Gym, what is it? I don't even know what it is. It's where Sunny boxes, right?
the boxing rink, or I don't know.
Boxing, wherever they box.
Yeah,
Marco's teaching them how to box or whatever. Brenda shows up. She needs to talk to him. She tells her issues. He basically is like, whatever. I guess he's there for an ear because he could care less that he's talking to her. He like has no interest.
that's his advice. I started laughing.
Yeah, I know. He get a job. I
Yeah.
was like, and she thanks him like she like that he cared, whatever. But I don't think
I
he
was
did.
telling Brenda, leave him alone. You don't want to talk to you. Like, stop stalking him. Like, stop.
Seriously, he has zero. Like every time he just looks like, oh, this girl.
Yeah.
um. So later on, Julia still feels guilty about Brenda. Brendan tells Robin that she's going to do what she wants, um, and try to get a job, I guess, because she has no money. She doesn't want Julia in her life anymore, and whatever. Jason comes along. Brenda tells Julia later on that they're nothing to each other, and no one understands her. And that's it for Brenda.
Yeah.
No one got hit. I thought somebody would get slapped or something. It seemed like it needed a slap.
I know. I'm still waiting for Brenda or Karen to slap Brenda. I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah, right. I know. I feel like it's like revving up. Like I
Mhm.
feel like we need something here.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk about the Bill Eckert stuff because I have no idea what's going on with that, and I always want to call him Luke because he is Luke.
I
Like I feel like
started writing in my notes Luke, and then I erased it. So.
every time too, I'm like, wait, his name's not Luke. Bill.
Yeah.
So it starts out with like Lucy is as that Victoria who Luke was involved with in the past. Bill chased Luke. See? Bill Bill was involved with in the past, not Luke, people, I'm sorry. Bill chases her. Um I don't know his dude's what is his dude's friends or whatever that guy's name is.
Richard Hollis.
Kringle.
Oh, that guy. Okay, okay.
Kringle? Yeah, his friend that's like helping him out, whatever. Or friend. I don't know what to
The one
call him.
that's working for Richard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Richard and Holly seem to be getting closer. I think Holly, is playing them, of course. I think I'm
Mhm.
losing track of what's going on because of this whole Victoria thing.
It was very boring. I'm not gonna lie. It is really boring.
I don't, it's not boring to me. I just feel like there's not enough of it to care. Like,
That's what it is. Yeah. It's just like
like,
they started. It was starting to get a little interesting, and then it's like I don't get what's going on, so I don't care.
right. And then, right. And so, yeah, I'm still confused by it. So, yeah, Lucy wants to leave because she is playing the role of Victoria with this terrible wig. Which, by the way, in the flashbacks, I think that girl is wearing the same terrible wig. But anyway, it could be her real hair because it looks the same. It's weird. Um, Lucy wants to roll out. She's scared. She's like, she was afraid of what Bill would do because Bill had threatened her in the past.
Mhm,
And I guess she's whatever. She's just like, I don't care what they do to me because I guess Richard is just as scary as Bill.
mhm,
Um, Richard finds Lucy back in Port Charles. He's mad at her. He's like, you should have stayed in Lisbon, blah, blah, blah. Bill has this dream of Holly and him making sweet love. And then he sees like his ex or whatever she is, Victoria's face when she turns around.
mhm.
Then of course he wakes up. They're still in Lisbon. Um, Kringle's around. There's a scarf that he found
Hmm.
at Victoria's hotel that I guess she wore back in the day. I don't know. Bill knows that the painting's still in Lisbon. He tells Holly that. Um, but I don't know if he's just staying for Victoria now. Like, I don't know. I'm confused by the storyline.
Yeah.
Um, Richard, why do I have that? Richard reads something from Victoria. Bill has a flashback of her. He had kidnapped her, and I guess he fell in love, and he was getting money for it. Well, he put it nicer. He's like, "Oh, I was just taking her from like point A to point B. That's all I was told to do. I needed money. Blah blah blah." Everybody has a sob story. Um, Richard and Kringle talk. He says, "Stay with Bill," and then Holly is heading to Lisbon.
Yeah.
Holly gets to Lisbon to surprise Bill. She asks about Victoria because that's what Richard said. Ask about Victoria. Bill tells Holly about her, that he kidnapped her for money. She disappeared and apparently died in a boating accident. I don't know if we saw the body. I don't know the situation. Nobody ever mentions it.
Hmm.
So maybe she is still alive. Holly calls Bill a fool. He's chasing a ghost. Holly rolls out. Victoria sends the message to meet him or meet her in Paris.
Or it could be Richard, but we don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
I want to say about this story, it's going to get more interesting when I find out why Richard's doing this and what his connection is to Victoria. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, it's really weird. Um, Mac and Felicia. So Sean um puts cops at Bobby and Tony's in case Mac and Felicia go there. I think he's like trying to find them, but he's not because he's trying to help them as well.
Yeah. He's trying to
Um,
do a job, but he's not really looking.
yeah. So he's the police commissioner, correct? At
Yes.
this point. Mac wrote Sean a letter and left Robin to him to his care while he is on the run with Felicia.
Hmm.
He warned Sean warns Tony and Holly that they will be accessories if Mac and Felicia get busted.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, they do get busted, but they kind of cover up themselves. They're in this ambulance or whatever.
Hmm.
She pretends to be a nurse and that they have a patient, critical condition. They got to get there, and they fool these cops, whatever. Felicia wants to take Maxie with them, but Max like, you know better. We can't take a kid on the run. Like it'll not
Yeah.
be cool. He got her a fake ring. I guess they're gonna pretend that they're a couple.
Hmm.
Um, and they're both like kind of flirty. I feel like Mac already is in love with Felicia, but like Felicia's not quite there, but it's
Very,
happening
yeah.
in this storyline. Um, People are interviewing Ryan about Felicia. Mac and Felicia end up with this like old couple. I don't even, is this where they were supposed to go
Are
with
they
the
the
old
people that
couple?
Holly set them up with, or are they the ones in New Hampshire that Holly
Is
set
it?
up with? I forget.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they're in New Hampshire. I think they want to find, I guess Ryan is from New Hampshire, so they want to find out more info about him or whatever.
Right.
I guess they just want to prove that he's evil. I don't. Jessica comes by and suspects Scotty and Sean of being involved in Felicia's escape. And she wants to put a kibosh to that and probably take down Sean if she has a chance because she seems like a bit of an asshole. But I mean, she is just doing her job.
She is just
I
doing
mean,
her
she's
job.
she's is she assistant DA? I think she
Yeah,
said at
she
some
is.
point.
Hmm.
Mac and Felicia share a bed and they like switch sides or something. And they have like this awkward moment of almost kissing or whatever was going to happen. Um, the old couple tell Mac and Felicia about the war and stuff, and they play them like a song or whatever. Mac and Felicia, I guess this is like a romance time as you know they're on the run.
Hmm.
The state police come and the old people cover for them. Um, Sean and Mac talk on the phone. Sean says, you know, leave the state, whatever. Mac wants because he's not saying where he's at, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, Mac wants to get something on Ryan in New Hampshire. Tiffany and Sean fight, of course. She wants to know about Felicia because she's worried about her. He just I don't know what he's thinking. I guess he doesn't know what to think of her right now. They don't like trust each other.
Nope, not at all.
Um,
Well, he can't
no,
trust Tiffany right now with anything, especially what's going on with Felicia. So,
yeah. And then I think Jessica's there and she questions Sean about what's going on again.
mhm,
I think that's it with them.
yeah.
Um, yeah, Sean and Tiff are on a lot, but or not a lot, but enough. They just fight.
Hmm.
Because I think because she's a reporter, right? So she's just doing her job, and he's there and he's doing his job, and they're fighting about it.
Hmm.
Um,
I wonder if they're
Tiffany,
still living together or if he moved out. I don't know. I think he did
I
move.
don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he did move out for the custody decision. I think he moved out, or he started sleeping at the office or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was sleeping at the office. I remember him there a couple times.
Yeah.
Um, Tiffany helps drive the paparazzi away from Tony or whatever. Tony and Bobby's. Tony thanks her.
Hmm.
Um, and at first, like she takes it weird, and he's like, "Listen, I'm just saying thank you. Like, you did good job, or whatever." And I guess Tiffany is like on the defensive, and she's still upset about Lucas. So
Hmm.
whatever. Um, I do like how she's such a good actress. Like I do like how she plays this.
Hmm.
Um, she tells Sean off again and then leaves. Other things, Karen and Jagger are being lovey-dovey. Rhonda comes by. I, she wants them apart. Karen's depressed about that because she's like, I don't know why my mom wants us apart. Or she knows because she wants to, like, quarter means, whatever, but she wants to be with Jagger. That was kind of boring, that stuff. Um, Dominique wants to throw a party. I don't know if it's like a final farewell. Like, I don't know what she just wants to throw something.
Yeah.
I feel like Dominique and Scott are like front burner slash back burner. Like, I feel like I just feel like it's just waiting for her to end in a way.
Right. Well,
Um,
not anywhere near Serena yet. Time is ticking.
they're talking. She keeps talking about a baby, but
Yeah, I know.
so she goes and invites Bobby, Tony, Gail, and Lee to the party. I guess it's like a dinner party and slash game night because they play charades.
Yeah.
Um,
I miss scenes
Gail and Lee. Hmm?
I miss scenes like that where they have a lot of people in the same room interacting.
I know they don't do that on any soap anymore.
Uh,
It's sad. Um, Gail and Lee are talking about the party with Scotty, and he kind of breaks down and cries with them.
mhm.
That was sad. I do feel bad for Scotty.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for him in the '80s. He's a dick. Lucy comes to the party late, but she does attend as she's Dominique's new best friend.
Mhm. And she's dressed up because
Um,
she get the memo that it was casual.
yeah, yeah, this pretty dress on. Excuse me. Um, Karen and Jagger talk about having sex. I already thought they did, but I guess they didn't because she wants to take things slow. She's not ready yet.
No, Karen's not ready. She might be a virgin. I don't know.
Mm. Oh yeah, she probably is.
Yeah. Hmm.
Sean and Robin. I guess because Sean has to take care of Robin right now. They have a nice little moment. He's talking about his problems with Tiffany and Mac and Felicia. Robin misses her parents. It's a nice little bonding moment with them. Dominique is happy that her party went well. And she mentions that she had a dream that she had a baby. There we go.
Yeah.
Scotty has a nice moment with Maxie. I think he was like trying to like calm her down about her mom being gone and all that.
And she looked kind of like Serena with their hair like that short. And
Yeah, I wasn't sure what kid it was at first. I was like, I think it's Maxie, but I thought he said like we're gonna see your mom soon or something, and I was like, wait, it can't be. I don't know. but it
Maybe
was. It was
see
nasty.
because he's talking about Felicia. So yeah.
Yeah. Paul and Tracy uh, talk as he picks up Dylan for his like whatever visitation rights. Scotty asks Paul for help with Dominique's will. Tiffany goes to see Lucas. Tracy meets with Jack, the congressman man. They want to make Jenny, or she wants to make Jenny look worse that she had an abortion and didn't tell him or something.
Yeah.
I feel like if you keep talking about it, I feel like that looks worse for your campaign.
Yeah. And
But
no, but Tracy's determined to tarnish Jenny's reputation. So
I mean, Jenny doesn't even have much of a reputation right
I
now.
know Jenny's nobody important. So she's
Right.
yeah,
She's like, she has one job, and it's like to help the Quartermain redo their room or something.
yeah.
So yeah, Paul and Jenny talk about them being into Quartermains, and she's like, oh, whatever, Lila will protect me. Um, Marco tries to get Jagger to box for money. He's like, you can make a lot of money, like $500 a night or whatever.
Hmm.
So Jagger's of course interested in that. Lila talks to Tracy and Edward about Jenny. She threatens them with her shares in ELQ,
I love
which was me too.
that.
Lila's awesome. She's like, yeah, you mess with Jenny and I'll mess with ELQ. Basically.
Good for her.
Tra- I know that was great. I mean, she did tell Jenny that she'd handle them if they ever caused a problem.
Yeah,
She's like, if you ever cause her a problem, like this is what's going to happen.
yeah,
Um, and here Tracy is trying to cause a problem. So
yeah,
hopefully Lila follows through. Which I mean, we know Tracy leaves this year, so I'm assuming she probably does. She probably runs off. Tracy goes off on Edward about the company. She's like, it should be her. She should be running it. Blah blah blah. Karen tells her mommy issues about not liking Jagger. Oh yeah, with when she's talking to Jagger, and he brings up that he has a brother and sister, and they taken away from what they were in like a
well,
what is it called?
they were living. I think their parents left or they died, and they were all put in different foster homes. I believe.
Right. So do we have a Jagger sister at all, or does she never comes along?
We meet Gina. Yes,
Oh really?
she's played by
Oh,
Nikki.
is it Gina?
Yeah, she's played by Nikki Cox from the
Yeah, I remember Gina being around when I watched actually.
mhm.
But I think she plays she's played by multiple actresses, right?
She might be. I only remember Nikki Cox playing her from Unhappy Ever After.
Because I just remember a Gina from like the mid '90s, and I think she was blonde.
Oh yeah,
But
that's a different one. I think her. I know you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah, that's the one I knew, and they didn't do much with her from what I remember.
I
So she
think
was probably on her way out.
maybe Nikki was the recast, or if she was the OG. I don't remember who was first.
I think Nikki might have been the OG because the blonde one is the one I remember, and I didn't start watching until like '96.
Okay, okay.
So that was probably like toward the end of her run.
Hmm.
Um, Ned and Edward talk about ELQ. Ned's all mad because Tracy's trying to take over. Ned warns Tracy. He's like, hey, ELQ's mine. I'm like, oh god.
Hmm.
Ned is still a complete douchebag.
Yeah,
Um, if not, he's like worse. Like I'm like, when does this man get better? Like I really want to know.
it's funny. Me and Karen were talking over messages. Like Drew was like the Ned of '93 of the '90s.
Who?
Drew, Drew on current GH.
You think Drew? You think Drew is? Drew's like the nicest guy.
Not, you haven't gotten there yet. Never mind.
Oh, does he get? He gets banned?
Yeah. He's horrible.
That's interesting. Wow, what a crazy character change because he was like the nicest, greatest man. I
Yeah.
mean, right now where I'm at in August of last year, he's just like kissing Willow and that's it. But I
Oh,
guess it leads to dark things.
it does.
Well, fun because I like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, Ned is brutal.
That's horrible.
Um, I would like more Monica in '93. Do you know if she does anything else later on, or
Yeah,
besides just AJ stuff?
yeah. I mean, and she's definitely around. I know there's some things happening in the fall with her, so it should be fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um. Yeah, Jason wasn't on too much in these episodes. I feel like he was only in that one episode.
yeah,
Um. I don't know. I don't know what I want for like Brenda right now.
yeah. I'm wondering with Jason though. I'm wondering if something's gonna happen to him and Brenda. Are they gonna have more of a relationship? Because sh Robin said to Brenda, "Are you interested in Jason?" She's like, "No, he's not my type. He's a good guy. Like I like the bad boys." And she's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
But it feels like they
Yeah.
keep putting them together. So I'm like, wonder if something else is gonna happen.
Yeah. I guess maybe where are we at in March? So maybe like a summer storyline, like they might be involved somehow.
Yeah, maybe
But is this when does Sunny come? May?
August.
Oh, okay. We got time.
Hmm. Well, and Brenda's not even in Sunny's orbit right away, so it's gonna be a while before that happens.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
because I didn't start. I never like fully watched GH like
Hmm.
until the thousands, really. Um, the '90s, I was like in and out. So like this is the first time where I'm actually watching
I think we
regularly in multiple years.
I think we meet Stone before we meet Jack. Or sorry, Jason, not Sunny. We meet Stone before we meet Sunny. So yeah, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how they come back because like
Mhm.
Jagger acts like he doesn't know where they're at, so I'm wondering if Stone will just show up and be like, "I'm here."
Yeah, so I'm excited to see.
And then and then what about what's his name? Ricky Martin. Doesn't he come on?
I don't think he comes on till '94, but I could be wrong.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's like the end of this year. I think he might come on at the end of this year.
Okay, I always thought he was on in like '93. I didn't like I said I didn't
Yeah.
watch
He did
anything of that.
later. It's not here. It's not right now. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we have what like 10 cast members leaving in '93. I'm
Yeah.
so interested to see how this happens because like it's I don't know because I don't know. I just feel like everybody's playing such a pivotal role right now.
Everybody's like, yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, they're all like, all the stories revolve around all these people, and like, and then just like such a huge mass exodus happens in '93. It's crazy.
Yeah, like it is.
Hmm.
So I'm curious to know how it's gonna go. And
Yeah.
then Dominique, yeah, like I guess she's just gonna plan on having a baby and then die.
I feel like they have to have Dominique's embryo before she dies. So I'm thinking that it happens before she dies.
I mean, she's talking about the baby now, so I know it's probably in the next batch she'll come up with an idea. And
Yeah,
then Lucy wasn't, you
baby
know,
coming soon. So that's
yeah, it's circling, so I feel like that's gonna happen.
yeah.
Um, AJ, oh, you said Nikki might come back that you remember, right?
He does come back in May. Yeah, for
But only for a little bit.
2 episodes. I looked it up. It's 2 episodes. Yeah. So it's pretty fun.
Hmm. Well, that's sad. I guess they'll officially break up, and that's probably where,
Hmm.
yeah, he doesn't know about his dad paying her off, right?
No, not yet.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
So I
excited
guess that's going to lead to that.
now. Yeah.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Yeah, but even like having a new AJ on, like I feel like
Mhm.
my cat is in the way. Excuse me. I'm like, wait, I can't see. Um, yeah, like I know I don't know when that accident exactly happens. Is that not till '94 between the AJ drunk
Oh, it's I know exactly when it is. New Year's Eve, 1995. It's, I watched that
New
episode.
Year's Eve '95?
Yeah, I watched it not too long ago.
Oh wow, so we
Yeah.
got a lot of regular Jason back then to go
Oh yeah. Mhm.
before he gets in Sonny's web.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. Because I like now.
Yeah.
Like I even remember like watching them in the '90s. I didn't know what happened at that point, and I remember him and Robin breaking up because she had left to go to college in real life or something.
Yes, I remember.
And I remember her coming back, and like they were talking, and I'm like, this guy is just so blah. Like he was just like,
Mhm.
it wasn't that exciting to me, and I didn't know who they were, like really.
Mhm.
Because I think she was gone at that point and only guest starred here and there.
Mhm.
Um,
So
but
I
yeah,
now I have
okay.
a couple questions like about what we just watched. This is weird to me. Like the police came and searched the old couple's house for Matt,
Mhm.
but they didn't have a warrant. Can they really search the house without a warrant? Like that was weird.
I don't think so, but maybe the couple didn't care.
Yeah, they just let them do it, even though they were.
Yeah, maybe they just
I don't know.
because I guess if you have a warrant, it might look suspicious.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
maybe they were. I don't know if they've covered up for people in the past, but
Hmm.
maybe they have, and they're just like, we know what to do, type thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I also love when Margaret and Lucy went to dinner. That was really funny.
Yeah, what were they just like on a date or?
I don't know, but she was like saying, "Oh, well, you're a boxing agent, you're a private investigator, you're a masseuse, you're this, you're that." It was really funny.
Yeah, like pointing out everything that he does.
Yeah,
He does. He's like a jack of all trades.
yeah, and I love when he mispronounced his Chenin Blanc. I think he said Janine Blanc. Very good laugh.
Yeah, I guess this week he's like the quirky, funny guy instead of the threatening,
Yeah,
creepy one.
yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm wondering what this battle for ELQ,
Yeah,
um, which is always funny to me because I feel like they're never even at the office, but they're always just like fighting about it wherever they're at.
yeah. Where is the ELQ office?
Like,
I
do they ever go to work?
Did we ever see it? I don't ever remember seeing it. I feel like this Phantom company we just always hear about.
I know. I remember them being in some kind of office, but I don't remember if it was ELQ. It could have been another office for all I know.
Right.
But it's just funny, yeah. They're always like fighting about the company that's not seen.
Hmm.
Like at least like on Young and the Restless, like when they're fighting about the company, they're actually in the company.
They're in
So it's like, yeah, they're in the offices.
That's funny.
It is. So I
Uh,
guess they just have like a lot of people working for them, and then there's
it's
whatever.
The other thing I wanted to mention was at the dinner party, Tom Hardy announced he was leaving for Somalia for medical
Yes,
leave, and
yes.
I guess that's that actor, that Tom Hardy's departure from the show because Matthew Asher comes on later. So I'm guessing that's what happens. He comes back as Matthew Asher.
Yeah, I think I missed my note because I did put that Tom mentioned it at the party, and I'm like, oh, there he goes. He was like hardly on in the beginning. Like anyway, it's a
Yeah,
shame. He's like really like the most underused actor and character.
he
It
is
seems
a really good looking, nice. He's a good actor too. So it's a shame they.
right, and even in the '80s, they underused him. Like he's on maybe once a month.
Hmm.
I wonder why. Because isn't he like Steve Hardy's grandson?
Yeah, or son.
Like, don't you think?
Oh, you mean
Don't
Tom?
you think he's? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
don't you think he should be built up to be like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like an important character, like that should never leave.
I agree. Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it's Steve Hardy opened the show and died on the show. Like,
Right.
it
The
just
only
doesn't.
Hardy left when we have the is a, well, Elizabeth's not really a Hardy, but she's Audrey's granddaughter. That's the only
Right. And she's like the only one.
else is around. I mean, yeah.
Sarah comes on every once in a blue moon.
I
They
don't.
could have done.
When was the last time we saw
Mm,
Sarah? I don't even
I
remember.
know. That's what I mean. Like they could do so many different things, but they just don't.
There's a lot of characters they could bring back that have a lot of history that they don't bring back, like Tom.
Yeah.
Um, Tiffany would be great to come back because Lucas never mentions his Aunt Tiffany.
Right, right. And
Yeah,
for seeing how involved she is with him in '93, like it does seem like they would have a relationship, you know.
yeah, you would think. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know how it ends for them, but because I think when I started watching, Sean and Tiffany weren't even on, or they were like on their way out. I
yeah.
want to say they left in '95 because I didn't watch. I mainly the stuff I mainly watched for was Carly, Bobby, and Tony
Oh yeah.
because I remember all that stuff really well because Carly was in nursing school or whatever and screwing Tony and screwing her mother over and all that stuff, and that's the stuff I remember watching. And I think I might have fast forwarded to those scenes, which is probably. And then, like I said, I didn't officially watch until like the thousands, but
Yeah.
as a regular viewer.
Mm,
But yeah, it's good. I can't wait to see more of '93.
yeah. We're at a good point too. We're getting to a good
I
point.
just can't even imagine this turnover, though. It's like I'm
Yeah,
guessing it's gonna. I
it's
feel like
not.
there's gonna be like two people leaving every week. Like that's what,
I don't think so. It happens pretty sporadically. It's like every month. I feel like.
okay. Yeah, and I do want this Dan painting stuff to be over with. Like, at
Okay,
least give them a good send off storyline.
I want to know if Victoria's really dead or alive because I hope she's dead because I really don't want like that storyline.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see it being any more interesting with her being alive.
hmm And I don't even remember this storyline from '93. They must have blocked it out for good reason.
Well, again, like this happens on like As the World Turns. There's a really interesting storyline on there,
hmm
but it's very backburnered. So like, it's almost like it's like I want to know more, but we never find out more, and it's just kind of like,
Yeah,
and that's what I feel like this storyline is. It's very forgettable because like
there's,
it's not like they're on every day where you're getting invested. It's on like once a week. You're like, you still don't know what the hell's happening. You have these weirdo flashbacks. You're like, is Bill falling for this shit? Like,
hmm
because Bill started out smart in this situation, like just trying to get his painting back, and now all this crazy shit's coming up. Like,
hmm
uh,
it was
so
it was the execution. The execution was just very poor. It could be a really good storyline if they did it right, but
right, right.
yeah,
They're not playing the beats that great. But and same with like even Mac and Felicia. Like I feel like that's kind of
mhm.
I need more out of it than just like them hanging at a house.
They're dragging
Like
it out, but it's getting better in my opinion from where we were like a few months ago on the show.
yeah, well that was hard to watch because it's always hard for me to watch. Like when Sasha like every time like in current day Sasha just gets beaten down and it hurts. Like it hurts you as a viewer. You're like depressed. You're like this poor girl. Like and that's the way I feel with like Felicia. I feel like they just one thing after the other is like worse for her.
Yeah.
And like Ryan is like gaslighting and all the it's just like not going her way. I
Mm-mm.
mean, yes, she's falling in love with Mac, and that's all she's got going for her right now. But besides that,
Yeah, I am interested to see like the Felicia Mack stuff later. I know it'll be fun, so I think they're getting to a good point. I hope.
like, I think it would be fun if like they are like in New Hampshire and they're trying to find people, and Ryan comes along, and like it almost gets like a almost like an edgier seat, kind of like, oh my God, Ryan's after them, but like they're trying to find information about him, and he's like tracking. Like, I feel like could be fun. I don't think it's going to be, but but I could be wrong because I feel like Ryan was seen, so I mean, he might be like,
mm,
trying to get a jump start on what they're doing. Like if he's smart, if
right.
he's the criminal mastermind that we know that he is in the future, he might get a jump on them.
Yeah, they definitely could.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything else to add about these episodes?
No, I was just excited that Jessica was back. I like Jessica,
Yeah, I like her too.
so
I like what she brings.
yeah.
Um, She reminds me of so many. She reminds me of that. I think her name's Maggie on One Life to Live, the one that we do. She reminds me of like her,
Okay. Hmm.
like the DA.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah,
On is she? No, she might be an assistant DA on there. Maybe that's why they remind me of each
yeah,
other.
they are. Yeah, both are the assistant DAs. Yeah.
But they do. Like I don't know. I feel like they're very similar acting wise, and I like both of them acting wise, but
Mhm.
they're not on as much as I'd like them to be.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, she'll be on more later though, for sure.
Well, all right. Well,
Hmm.
again, rest in peace, Leslie Charleston. We love you. We will be watching you for many years because I'm doing multiple podcasts with you with Monica in them. So I'll get more of Monica.
Yeah.
She's on a lot in 80. Where am I at? 82 and 83. And she's on a lot during those times. I
Yeah.
keep forgetting like what period she's on. Like in one, she's like fighting with Alan, and in one, she's making up with Alan. So it's like
Hmm.
funny. And then in this one, she's fighting with Alan about AJ. So it's like I have three different Monicas going on here.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
excited to see her legacy live on, and I'll watch what we watch. So it'll be fun.
yeah, and I'm sure you and Karen will bring up Leslie Charleston in your next podcast as well because
Yes.
she's just a force.
I know Karen
I,
would want to.
oh, for sure. Um, anyway, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you, Patreon subscribers. Thank you, regular subscribers. Again, we're going to bring you All My Children if you're interested in that to weekly or bi weekly. I don't know how often, but it'll be on at least once a week.
Well,
Coming soon.
it's the 1991 Janet storyline.
Yeah, I've never watched,
Pretty
so
fun.
I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I don't remember because I was too young. I watched some of it, but
Yeah, I was a 1994 watcher, so. But thank you and have a good one, everyone.
thank
Until
you.
next time. Bye.